Okay, I have some plans for us to work on some fun balance, like onto our toes and things like that in terms of transition. So I'll stick to that plan and then go from there.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start seated. So you can go ahead and get on a pillow if you want, or whatever you prefer. And I will mute you. Okay. Hopefully the sound, I have my mic as always, like pointing toward my mat, so hopefully, I know you said you can't hear the heater, but just blows my mind. All right, so sitting in cross-legged seated pose, Sukhasana, we shall begin. Just take a few deep breaths, arrive to this shape, arrive to your mat to practice. Try to feel your weight stack to include your head, your back, your seat. So you're using as little effort as possible here in the natural curves of the spine to help balance. Letting your breath rise and fall. So to lengthen your inhale and exhales. So fill yourself up completely until there's no more space. And do the same on your breath out. You're going to listen to the sound of your breath. Maybe using your ujjayi breath, that victorious breath. By breathing in and out through your nose, but with the same effects and sounds that you would make trying to fog up a mirror with your mouth. So if it helps, you can practice a couple times exhaling with your mouth open. So if that mirror was right in front of you. An audible sigh, and then closing your mouth and creating that same sigh and sensation, but through the nose. Now, this is not a breath you have to use the whole way through class. It does take effort and consciousness, but I find that in challenging poses and moments where I'm feeling the struggle, it can be nice to help bring focus, to make sure you're breathing, and to sort of take the attention away from the shaking muscles. Start to match breath to movement. Inhale, reach your arms up. Flip your hands and push down as you breathe out. And repeat. Making your long arms a little longer. Creating a wide partial circle, a big snow angel. And feeling your ribs expand to allow for just a little more breath. On your next inhale, find your way to the top and stay up there. Lace your hands together, push your fists to the sky, and then lean to the right side. To the top. And left, to the top, open to cactus. Inhale, drop your elbows and arms back, gaze up, and then take your hands to your legs and let your arms rest and be heavy. Moving just your shoulders in the same manner that you would your arms. Inhale, show your shoulders up. Exhale, let them go down. Continuing that pattern. With each time, those shoulders fall down toward the floor. Try to feel your neck be a little longer, your body grow a little taller. Do it one more time, up and down. Further relax those arms, let them hang beside you, give them a little shake out. And take your chin to your chest. Let the head be heavy. And slowly take a very small, not even a half circle, more like a quarter circle. Just gently right and left. Find that deep breathing. Use your exhale. Finding a point of tension, take a deep breath and try to release it. And in light of honoring the things that are good, find a point that feels really nice. Take a deep breath and enjoy it. Maybe sometimes those two things, those two paths will cross. Finding a sense of relief as we approach areas of tension. Make your circle bigger. Maybe start to get a little bit more creative and bring your hands to your knees so that we're moving the head and the shoulders. Beginning to transform into seated cow and cat and wave-like motions. Really just moving however you wish and maintaining your breath cycles. Take one more cycle of breath as you move. And then sitting tall, change the cross of your legs. Take a couple rolls of your ankles here in between sides and sit in the other side, Sukhasana. Good. Send your right hand out to the right side and take a lean. Top arm comes up and over. We add movement. Inhale, gaze toward the ceiling, open your chest. Exhale, cross and twist. Left hand comes down. Good. Continue up and rotate down. Two more rounds. Make your way to the top. Inhale, both arms up. And left hand down, lean left. Add the movement. Inhale, open, turn, high and drop it, low twist. Continue. Listen for your breath. Feel it be long. Visualize it and send it to any little moments and points, areas in the body that as you explore, need a little extra love. Take one more time, up and down. Come to the top, inhale, arms high. Fold yourself down and forward and just take it to a forward fold here. You can come to your elbows or a block, your hands. As you breathe, try to feel your ribs widen, stretching those intercostal muscles between the ribs. Anchor your sit bones down to the floor. Keep reaching with your arms if they're extended or expanding through your back body as you breathe. Slowly come all the way up on your next inhale and send your legs forward. Good. Shake out your ankles, move your knees. And we're going to take a seated forward fold on the turn. I've graduated to the low setting on the heater, so that's nice. All right, legs extended forward. Just taking a seat here, try to feel yourself sit up tall using the strength of your core. We're going to keep our hands just on the thighs and work on the flex and point of the feet. So pull your toes back towards you and then point your toes forward. Pull them back and forward. Go one more time, back and forward. Pull them back and reach out and see if you can reach them. If you can, use your hands and pull them back. Don't worry about folding, just worry about pulling the heels of the feet back. If you need that strap, you can go hook those toes with your strap and use the strap to help you pull. You might have to hook it underneath the balls of your feet. And 2 breaths more. And release. Shake out your ankles. Inhale, reach high and fold forward. Paschimottanasana. We hold for 3 breath cycles. Getting a little closer with each breath out. Inviting in this first forward fold. Last exhale. Rise up. Bring your feet to butterfly. Good. Same as before in that forward fold when cross leg pose. You can take your hands out in front of you, reach, use a prop, hold your head, just breathe and hold. If it feels appropriate at this point in your practice, use your elbows to guide your knees closer toward the floor. Take 2 breaths more. Sit all the way up, extend your legs forward and shake them out. If you're sitting on something, remove your prop. Place your hands on the floor, fingers facing forward, slide them back. And we can practice finding the right distance by sitting up tall, reaching our arms straight behind us. And then as you go to lean back, place your hands flat, bend your knees. And usually this is a good base. From here, you can move your butt forward if you need more distance. Good. Begin to creep a little right and left, taking this sweeping motion. Nice. Okay, press into the floor and come all the way up. Bring your hands back to the arms distance. Place your hands back down so they're a little bit closer now. Bring your feet in, reverse table. We should be stacked here, feet under knees and hands under shoulders. Squeeze your glutes. Last breath. Exhale, return to the floor. Send your legs forward, reach your arms up. Inhale, and 1 time forward fold. Sit all the way up, reverse table. So you pop right back into this shape. Maybe your head drops back. Squeeze your butt. One more breath. Exhale, you sit, arms reach up. Inhale and fold forward, breathe out. Sitting all the way up. Last time, reverse table. From this pose, squeeze your glutes, and when you find you're finding stable balance, lift your heels off the floor. We hold, we breathe. One more breath, and release to the ground, arms reach high, forward fold, one breath. Sit all the way up. Come to a more comfortable seat if you need, and roll your wrists. Good, okay. Taking the fingers laced, press your palms forward. And return to your seat if you're not already there, bringing your feet out in front of you. Arms reach forward, we lean back, firing up the core here. Find that moment when it has to engage. And even then, maybe go just a little farther. Feet stay on the floor for this first round. Okay, instead of coming up for a rest, we're going to take a rock and roll and try to return to this spot. So you can use your hands, curve your spine back, come up to seated, and return to this feet anchored, leaned back position, our variation of boat. We progress to the next level. Feet lift off the floor. Hands come underneath. Stay and hold. Keep that lean back. We get a little support for the legs. And take a rock, return to your boat. Back and back to the top. Okay, last phase. Release your hands. Breathe. Navasana, our third variation of boat. And take it for the rock. Return to boat briefly. And swing it around the tabletop. Very nice. From your tabletop, you're going to scoot the knees back until you're in a modified plank. So our hips get to flatten, which is a nice release on those hip flexors. Take a slow push up all the way to the floor. Come to Sphinx pose. Again, find a little further relief in those hip flexors. Practice melting your belly down toward the ground. Staying fairly active in your shoulders. Crown of your head reaching up. The gaze is at the front edge of your mat. Okay, pulling your belly button off the floor. Rock your tailbone down, lengthening there. So navel is pulling up and in. Now, pull the hips off the floor. Just your knees are down. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees. We're in a plank. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, pause. Uncurl your toes. Check in with your shoulder integrity. Hips down, but belly button engaged. Hold. And belly releases. Take a relaxed Sphinx. So allow yourself to sink into your turtle shell. And then let your head fall forward. It feels good. Swing right and left. I'm going to take it all the way to the ground for crocodile. Head turns one way. Take a notice of which way you have turned your head. And while you're here, give your hips a little shake. Very nice. Okay, find stillness. One last breath. Come back to where you were. Sphinx pose. Finding that integrity in the shoulders, we rise up tall, no valleys between the shoulder blades. We take another round of this. We're only doing 2 rounds here. So belly button pulls up. We find a little contact still with the hips, even if the belly skin, your belly is still touching the floor, you can still activate your core by trying to reduce your rounding and the curve in your low back. Okay, all right, hips lift. Tail is still pointing down from the back of the mat. Curl your toes, lift your legs. Full plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, uncurl your toes, hips down, belly down, Sphinx pose. Press your hands into the floor and lift higher if your back allows. You can readjust the position of your hands. And perhaps from this snake, you can drop the head. Return all the way down to crocodile. Turn your head the other way. And shake those hips. Good. Head to center. Bringing your legs close together. Bend your right knee, reach back and pull that foot down. Working on heel to glutes. That direction. Maybe you need to lift your knee off the floor for extra stretch through your hip flexors and quads. And release, switch sides. Change your arms, turn your head. And pull. Release your legs. Rise up to Sphinx pose. Elbows find the floor. We are going to rotate from a forward plank to a side plank. You can choose, I'm going to do this on my feet or I'm going to do this on my knees. Both are fine. Okay, so pop up to your plank of choice. Check your shoulder integrity. A little round in the body. Just ever so slightly. Now we rock onto the right side. So keep your right elbow and arm on the floor and shift to your 2 feet and change the angle of your forearm to be whatever angle you need. Right arm lifts, left arm lifts up. Feet are stacked or knees are stacked or staggered. For 3 and 2 and 1. Shift to the other side. Roll through the center. Get yourself adjusted and rise up if you came down in between. Squeeze your glutes. Find your belly. Be long, be strong. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down to the knees if you're not there. Come all the way to the floor on your belly and crocodile. Breathe. Take 1 more breath and then push to your child's pose. Big exhale as you sit down. Good. Rise up slowly to your kneeling and roll your hands. We're going to take some work in balance on the on all fours, which will be tabletop, again in plank, and then we come to standing. So tabletop pose. If you want to lay your hands on top of your blocks and drape your fingers in terms of wrist longevity, that is absolutely an option here. Inhale to cow pose. And exhale, cat. Inhale, center, curve to the right. Inhale to the center, curve left. Center, lift your right arm. Reach forward, hold. This is all we're doing. 3 points on the floor. Notice your weight shifts. Maybe your right knee is pressing a little more firmly than your left knee. Okay, lower your right hand, lift your left arm. Feel yourself press out of the mat. You keep that shoulder integrity. No valleys here until I tell you to. Lower your left hand. Now make your shoulders wide. You kind of curve like cat pose. And now curve into a valley, or sorry, drop into a valley. Feel your shoulder blades come close. Now press away from the floor. Rising up, widening your shoulders. And drop to valley. Maybe you feel your shoulder blades pop out. And one more time. Widen and drop. Good. Neutral. Finding that middle ground, flip your right hand over and take a counter pose for your wrist. And switch to the other side. Left. And back to center. Tabletop, neutral spine. We feel just the slightest lengthening of the tailbone, pointing back and slightly down. So we're getting just the babyest engagement in the belly. Okay, don't move your legs, don't move your hands, but send your right foot back. Notice the shift in your weight. Flex your toes down toward the earth and squeeze your leg as straight as you can. Gaze is at the ground below. One more breath. And back down, switch sides. Reach your heel and rotate your toes to point down toward the ground. Engage the belly, lengthen your neck. And lower to the floor. Okay, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, center. Curve to the right. Center. Curve left. Center. Right hand flips. Counter pose on the wrist. Left hand flips. All right. Right leg, left arm at the same time. We take bird, dog. Our 2-point balancing. Reach your arm forward, reach your leg back, press into every fingertip. Now bend your leg, point your toes to the sky, and take your left arm and reach back and see if you can find your foot. Good. Extend forward again. Reach long in 2 directions. Now bend and reach back. If you can't connect, it's okay. Go forward and back. We're long. Now bend one more time and return to tabletop. Sit into child's and breathe. If you wish to take a shark fin and put your elbows on the floor and your hands above your head, you can also roll your wrists and relax those hands while you're here. Good. Okay. Rise up to tabletop. Left leg, right arm. Reaching forward, reaching back, all at the same time. Fingers active. Now bend your knee, point your toes to the sky, reach your hand back, maybe tap your foot. Good. And extend. Inhale. Exhale, bend and reach. One more time. Inhale. And bend and reach. Maybe you connect for a moment. And return to the floor. Sit to child's. Roll it out. Take a rest. Lose a layer. Turn off your heater because you're warming up. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take off one of my pairs of socks. All right. Lift yourself to tabletop. Our last challenge here will kind of mirror what we're going to do on our feet. So Before we make things more difficult, while you're on tabletop, I want you to try to lift the right heel of your hand off the floor. So we stretch those fingers and try to press the heel up. And you can just take a couple rounds pressing up. You'll notice that you lean into the other side to sort of help yourself. Good. Okay, move to the other one. Lift and lower. This is major forearm work here. So as you take reps, I hope that you're feeling it in your forearms. Okay, come to center. Try both at the same time. Holding and or taking reps. Might lean back like your butt towards your heels to help you do this. Good. Okay, take one more time and sit down, roll it out. Very nice. So we're lifting the heel of our hand. Return to table. Right foot goes back. I want you this time to move your left knee toward the center a little bit. So you're a little bit more in a tripod with your two hands and your left knee. Right foot is floating to the back. Now, in this pose, try to lift the heels of your hands off the floor. Balancing, extending, forearms burning, and lower everything to table. Switch sides. Right knee to center, left leg back. Find your balance, press your fingers into the ground and lift the heels of your hands up. Glutes firing to help you keep your legs in place. And tabletop. Very nice. Sit back, roll it out one more time. We're done with that. And now we take it to our feet and take some similar poses. All right, forward to downward dog. Find your dog and walk it. Moving your knees and feet, shaking your hips or your head. Good. Okay, look at your hands and step all the way forward. Ragdoll, bend your knees and grab those elbows. And sway. Good, one more breath, big exhale. Release your arms, come up like a zombie, hanging, curving, rising, reach high, and land in mountain pose. Knees are soft. Very nice. Okay, we made it all the way up here. Put your feet to hips distance. Lift your toes up off the floor. Hold that. Toes peeling up. We're using the muscles of the shins here. Keep standing tall. I always want to look down to see if it's working. It is. And relax your feet. Good. Now lift onto your toes. Heels come up. We have our eyes open here. You're not going to have your eyes open in a moment, so enjoy it. Find something to look at. Maybe your arms reach a little wider to assist with balance. And then drop your heels. Okay, shake it out, move around. Okay, close your eyes. Lift your toes off the floor, so leaning back into your heels slightly. Hold. Still harder to balance with no toes. They do serve purpose. Good. Come down. And lift onto your toes, heels up. Trying to keep your eyes closed, but of course, opening them when you need. Taking a step when you need. Feel the rest of your body softly engage. Where are your glutes? Where is your belly? Where are your arms? What are they doing? And down. And shake it out, eyes open. Stepping to your Tadasana. Maybe you're already pretty much there. Inhale, arms reach up. Bring your hands to prayer and lift your right knee. Take one more breath and step your foot back to crescent lunge. Arms go high. And now lower your knee down to the floor. You can take some extra cushion if you need under your knee. And your arms can be wherever you prefer, all right? Lean forward, driving your hips forward. And then pull yourself back so you're in more of a 90-90 with your knees. Okay, lean forward, exhale. And pull back in. One more time, forward. And we pull back. Good. Now, here's a little challenge. We're gonna try to lift the front heel off the floor. So, heel up. We'll get a little bit less contact with the ground. Now reach your arms high, and we add a little movement. Right arm down, lean to the right side. Keep that front heel up. Good. To the top and left side. Maybe we feel more stretch through those hip flexors. To the top, open to cactus, take a little back bend, and go all the way to tabletop. Draw your foot back and do whatever you need here to just kind of shake it out, move your knees, waggle your hips. And then curl your toes, downward facing dog. In your down dog, try to lift your heel of your hands off the floor. This is really tough. I just want you to feel that muscle group fire in your forearms. Now relax. Look at your hands and step forward, forward, forward. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen your spine, hold. Knees are soft. And rise onto your toes, heels lift. Breathe. Every which way and every little corner of the practice, we're going to be doing this. Good, forward fold, release your heels down. Stand all the way up, arms high. And Tadasana. Take it out. Very nice. Moving to the other side, arms high, inhale. Hands to prayer, left knee lifts. Breathe. Find your focal point. And step the foot to crescent. Carefully lower to your back knee. Good. Inhale, your arms can be wherever. Exhale, lean forward. Exhale, we lean. One more time. Returning to your 90-90, more or less. Heel lifts in the front. Press your toes into the ground. Arms are where you need them. Find your balance. Add the arms, reach up. Left arm down, lean left ever so slightly to the top. Lean right, try to keep that heel off the floor. Oh, my leg is shaking. To the top, cactus open. And tabletop, drag that leg back. Oh, it's gonna be even harder when we are up on in our full lunge, isn't it? All right, move and breathe. Tabletop, curl your toes, downward. 5 times together. Lift your heels off the floor, up high onto your toes and down. Back up, inhale. Down with an exhale. 3 more. Look at your hands, step forward, halfway lift onto your toes, right away, arms fly like an airplane for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, forward fold, feet flat. Rise up, arms high, Tadasana pose. Breathe and shake it up. Okay, we graduate to the standing version. Inhale, arms reach up. Right knee lifts, hands to prayer. Step back. Stay high in your crescent, so toes are on the floor. Back knee has a little give. It can be as straight as feels good. Arms reach up. Inhale. Exhale, lift that heel. Press into both of your feet. Try to take your focus out of just one. Inhale. And let your left arm go to the side and your right arm go to the front. So we're in opposition. Right arm forward, left leg is forward. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your front heel, reach both hands forward. Step, step, step. Lift off into a lovely warrior 3. Feel those legs burning and they are on fire. They are working. We're here just one time on each side. Find your ujjayi. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tadasana, shake it out. Other side. We get a little heat going. All right. Same thing as we move to the other half of the body. Inhale, reach your arms higher. Hands to prayer, left knee lifts. Inhale and step back. Crescent pose, arms go high. Find your railroad tracks, especially for today. Heel lifts up. Keep breathing. Both feet active into the floor. Left arm forward, right arm to the side. Shaking. 5, 4, 3, 2. Heel down. Hop, hop, hop. Both arms forward. You fly. If your arms are your concern, take your arms back and dive bomb with the head leading. This will definitely help increase the longevity, at least for me. Breathe. 1 time we're here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand it up. Beautiful. Shake it out. Move those hips. Swing whatever feels like a release. And then move your way to the front of your yoga mat. We salutate. We take a salutation all the way. I guess we'll be salute all the way to the floor. Inhale, reach it. And fold down. Half lift, breathe in. Hands to the ground, step back. Take your chaturanga, cobra or up dog, and downward facing dog. Look at your hands, lower your knees to the ground, and swing to a seat. Scoot yourself forward. And carefully lay all the way to your back. Bending your knees, bring your feet close up towards you. We prepare for bridge pose. We're going to do 2 bridges and then 1 option for shoulder stand. So hands on the floor, feet about hips distance. Lift your hips up. Place a little space under the chin. Squeeze your glutes. We feel maybe some stretching to the neck, through the back. And then slowly curl down. Take your time. Knees to chest. Hug your legs and rest. Preparing for your second bridge. Feet on the floor, hands down, new lift. If you'd like to take your shoulders underneath you, wrap them together. Maybe your hands are laced with the palms facing one another. And start to release your way out, curling down, knees to chest. And a little free movement. Slow breath. Okay, preparing for your last bridge or taking shoulder stand. Feel free to use your feet against a wall, on a chair or a couch to help you lift a little higher. You could also place something behind you if you plan to drop your feet backward into plow. We rock those hips up and walk your shoulders, walk your elbows closer. Hang on to your waist and your middle back. Maybe your feet go up, or you're walking up a wall, or pressing your feet into a chair. Keep your head in neutral and add just the slightest, even if it's an imaginary space between your chin and your chest. That conscious awareness of your neck. Be staying for a couple more breaths if you're feeling okay, or if you're ready to come down, come down. You want to take a couple different leg poses. Feel free to move around. And then work your way all the way to the flat, glorious floor. Letting yourself just lay here to be completely neutral in the back. Roll your head gently right and left. If it feels appropriate, bring your head to center, lift your chin and look a little behind you. You can even add your body, your spine, and press onto the top of your head for a fish variation. This would be your chest poking up, and just your butt and your head are on the floor. Returning down to flat. And preparing yourself for Shavasana, the last few stretches on our backs. So pull your knees into your chest and use your hands to guide them there. As we slow things down and take our final stretches, become aware of your breath again, slowing, lengthening, noticing.
Take one hand to each kneecap and open to frog pose. Adding a gentle rock, if appropriate. Bring the knees closer back together. And send your feet toward the sky and just take a little movement here. Move your feet, bend and straighten your knees. And then bring both your knees bent back down, arms out like the letter T, and drop both knees over toward the right side. Turn your head to the left. And breathe. Maybe use your right hand on your legs. Sink into your twist. Take one more round of breath. Return to the center, arms out like the letter T, knees in the center, and then knees drop on their own. And then turn your head and get in position. Relax your fingers and your face. Maybe open your mouth and take a yawn, stretching your jaw. And your lips and your cheeks. One more cycle of breath. And then peel to center, bringing your knees in for a little last hug. Take a figure four with the right foot on top. We briefly pull that leg in, taking any rocks or movement that feels nice. Here for just about 15 seconds. Switching the cross to the other side. And finding yourself in Shavasana. Wherever that's going to be today. Supporting, propping, layering. Get comfortable. Sinking into the floor, letting it hold you up, allowing the mat to hold you up, and your body to just rest into it. Finding softness in your toes and your fingers. Beginning to deepen your breath. Let your chest rise higher toward the sky. Maybe move your head and your fingers and toes. Bringing your knees towards your chest. And rolling to your side. Pressing all the way up. Finding a comfortable seat. I'm going to place the hands wherever feels natural today, wherever feels easy. Breathing deeply and filling yourself up with an intention, a sankalpa, that you're going to take with you into your day. And bringing your hands to prayer at the heart center. Bow forward in gratitude. And thanks for being here to share class. Let me know how you found it and if you have any questions. And have a lovely day.